name is Nina Hoyle, and this is my persuasive speech on why children under the age of 5 should have limited screen time. Most of us are guilty of this question I am about to ask. Have you ever handed your child a tablet just so that you could get 5 minutes of free time? Trust me, we've all been there. 5 minutes seems like nothing, but when you do this several times a day, it adds up. A study published in the Journal of American Medical Association of Pediatrics followed 2,441 children ages 2 to 5. They discovered that a greater screen time was consistently associated with poorer development of outcomes, especially in communication, problem solving, and social interaction in children. I'm going to talk about why limiting screen time in children under the age of 5 is essential. I'll explain how too much screen time affects their development, behavior, sleeping patterns, and learning. I will also offer support on how parents and caregivers can limit the use. This topic is deeply personal to me because I am a preschool teacher and a mother. I see firsthand the effects of screen time on children in my classroom. But as a mother of 2 boys, I have been on both sides of this battle. I am the educator who is trying to help children in my classroom focus. I am also the tired mom who allows screen time just so I can get my homework done or get dinner cooked. I understand the struggle. I've spent over 22 years working with children in the field of early childhood education. I have seen the effects of screen time play out in my classroom. Once a child tried to swipe a book as if it were an iPad. Red flag. I see children struggle to focus, communicate, self-regulate, often because of too much tablet time or TV time. Throughout my professional training and personal journey, I've learned just how important it is to limit these devices. The main points of my speech will be why excessive screen time harms the brain development, how too much screen time affects behavior, focus, and sleep, and how parents and caregivers can take simple steps to reduce screen time. Now that I brought attention to why this topic is important to me as both a teacher and a mother, let's look at the impacts that screen time can have on child development. Let's start with how excessive screen time in children under the age of 5 can negatively affect brain development and limit their real-world experiences. These experiences are needed to build language, critical thinking, attention spans, and social skills. Children need real-world experiences and interaction. They need play-based learning to stimulate their early brain development in ways that screens cannot. Interactive conversations build vocabulary and grammar, while screen time is just passive and one-sided. Problem solving through hands-on supports the development of critical thinking, and face-to-face interactions teach children social emotional cues, empathy, taking turns, and cooperation. Now let's take a closer look at how screen time affects children's behavior, sleep, ability to regulate their emotions. Too much screen time can lead to behavioral issues, withdrawals, disturbed sleep, and makes it harder for them to regulate their emotions. They can't concentrate either. Prolonged screen time can contribute to behavioral problems in young children, including increased irritability, difficulty concentrating, and emotional outbursts. The overstimulated brain leads to mood swings, difficulty following directions, shorter attention spans. Call me crazy, but this does not sound like a happy child. According to a major study in the Public Library of Science 1, they found that preschoolers who spend more than 2 hours a day on screens are 5 times more likely to show serious behavioral problems, such as inattention, hyperactivity, and aggression by the age of 5, rather than those who spend less than 30 minutes a day. Let that sink in. So far, we've looked at how much screen time can negatively affect brain development, behavior, and sleep in young children. Now let's shift our focus to solutions. What can we do about it? As a teacher and a parent, I found that there are practical and realistic ways that parents and caregivers can reduce screen time and support healthier habits in young children. One of the most effective ways to limit screen time is by setting expectations and routines so that children know when screens are allowed and when they are not. Create a screen time schedule, such as No screens during meal times, or maybe 30 minutes after playtime. Make screen-free zones in your house. No screens at the dinner table, no screens in your bedroom. Do structured activities like puzzles, read books, play outside, things that we used to do when we were children. Children learn by watching adults, so parents and caregivers, model for your children what healthy screen use is. Set boundaries for yourself. When adults limit the use of their screen time and they're focused on their children in their present, children are more likely to follow and do the same thing. Invite your children to participate in real-world tasks. Cooking, cleaning, gardening teaches them life skills while building attention, patience, and cooperation. Not to mention they're helping you, they're doing chores. I have shared with you why limiting screen time in children under the age of 5 is so important. First, we looked at how too much screen time and exposure can harm a child's brain. Then we discussed how it can lead to behavioral challenges. Finally, we explored steps and ways to reduce screen time. As Fred Rogers once said, play is often talked about as if it was relief from serious play. But for children, play is serious learning. Children learn so much from playing and exploring. Let's choose real play over screen time and let our children have a chance to grow, connect, and thrive in all aspects of life. Thank you.